One afternoon, as Jesus Christ walked along a dusty road between two villages, many people followed him. Some came seeking healing. Others came searching for wisdom. Among them stood a middle-aged man with a heavy heart. He stepped forward and said, "Teacher, I understand love. I understand kindness. But there is one thing I cannot understand." The crowd turned toward him. The man continued, "How can a person forgive someone who has deeply wronged them? Some wounds feel too great to forget." A quiet murmur spread through the crowd. Many people felt the same pain in their own lives. Instead of answering directly, Jesus looked gently at the man and said, "Listen carefully, and I will tell you a story. There once was a small town surrounded by hills and vineyards. The people there lived simple lives. Farmers worked their fields. Merchants sold goods in the marketplace. Children ran through the narrow streets, laughing. Among the townspeople lived a man named Daniel. Daniel was known as a hardworking and honest man. For many years, he saved money and slowly built a small shop in the town market. It was his pride and his dream. Daniel dreamed of something simple. He wanted to build a better life for his family. Every morning, he opened his shop before sunrise. He greeted customers warmly, worked tirelessly, and slowly his business began to grow. The townspeople respected him. Life seemed to be moving exactly as he had hoped. But in the same town lived another man named Marcus. Marcus was clever, but dishonest. He often envied Daniel's success. Every time he passed the busy shop, bitterness grew inside his heart. Why do people trust him so much? Marcus would mutter. Why does he deserve all this success? Jealousy slowly turned into something darker. And one night, Marcus made a terrible decision. Under the cover of darkness, Marcus broke into Daniel's shop. He stole money, damaged the shelves, and destroyed many of the goods Daniel had worked so hard to gather. By morning, the shop was a mess. When Daniel arrived and saw the destruction, his heart sank. Years of effort gone in a single night. Soon the town guards discovered the truth. Marcus had been the one responsible. He was arrested and brought before the town council. The people were furious. They demanded punishment. Daniel stood there, staring at the man who had destroyed his dream. Anger burned inside him. Part of him wanted justice. Part of him wanted revenge. Marcus lowered his head in shame. For the first time, he looked small and frightened. Days passed as Daniel struggled with his heart. Everywhere he went, people encouraged him to demand the harshest punishment. "He deserves it," they said. "He ruined everything you built." Daniel knew they were right. Yet something inside him refused to rest. One evening, Daniel sat alone outside his damaged shop. The sunset painted the sky red and gold. For the first time, he realized something important. If he allowed hatred to control him, Marcus would destroy more than his shop. He would destroy his peace as well. So the next morning, when the council gathered to announce Marcus's punishment, Daniel surprised everyone. He stepped forward and spoke calmly. "I will repair my shop," he said, "and I will rebuild what was lost. But I choose not to carry anger in my heart." The crowd gasped. Then Daniel looked at Marcus and said, "I forgive you." Marcus stared at him in disbelief. Tears filled his eyes. No punishment could have shaken him as deeply as that moment. For the first time in his life, he truly understood the weight of his actions. And from that day forward, Marcus changed his life completely. He worked beside Daniel to rebuild the shop he had once destroyed. When the story ended, Jesus Christ looked at the crowd. Then he said softly, "When a person refuses to forgive, they carry a burden that grows heavier every day. But when they release that burden, their heart becomes free." The people listened in silence. Then Jesus continued, "Forgiveness does not erase what happened, but it frees the soul from becoming a prisoner of anger." The man who had asked the question stood quietly. For the first time, the weight inside his chest felt lighter, and many in the crowd realized something powerful. Sometimes the greatest strength a person can show is not revenge, but mercy.